Did y'all see that coverage of Putin meeting with Trump in Alaska? I know you did. But see, I'm gonna break it down. See, last night I had a bad episode with my diabetes. I took my late night shot, and then I woke up. My alarm was going off, and on my arm telling me that I had 15 minutes to try to recover from it because I was getting ready to go into a coma. So that was kind of serious. But we're gonna talk about that Putin thing. Now, see, I'm gonna tell you something. There's an old saying that don't write a check your behind cannot cash. I think that yesterday, that was the ultimate conversation. See, because you got to remember now, we got to go back. Putin said something to Trump. Trump ordered the Navy ships to go around Russia, nuclear ships. Then he turned around and he invited Putin to Alaska, but he didn't invite Zelensky to talk about stopping the war between Ukraine and Russia. So you got to ask, why would he do that? Well, let me say this. A normal person would ask, why would he do that? Then he came out of the meeting. He said a few words. They said, bye. Trump didn't take no answers. Now, if anybody know, Trump loves the media. He loves it. Eats it up. Always saying that things are big and beautiful and all things are great. He always talking about people that's been in the White House or been in government. They dumb, they stupid. He talks about Jasmine Crockett. I admire her, baby. Right about now, it ain't the time for us to be sitting there trying to be professional. We got to be gangster with the criminal. We dealing with a criminal. But, everybody's slow. They don't know their job. He know his job. And then, you sitting here and you just listening to him. And, how's that grocery shopping thing going along with you? Hey, how you doing? How's that job going along with you? Oh, but he said we gonna be calling him and saying, Trump, stop. We get doing you giving us too much. Did you make that phone call yet? Have you made it? Anyway, the meeting was so bad that Fox News, Trump's king and glory of the media, said it was bad. You said, so what does that say about Trump? It says about us, and it says about how people see us now. Well, see, a lot of MAGAs don't want to believe that we being laughed at. And you hear black folks that sit here and say, oh, he's a president because he doing this, he's saying this, he handling business. Okay. Now, you got to look at whose business is he handling. See, first of all, real people, if you notice that, when Putin came here, he had to make a statement, especially after Trump sent them nuclear things. They came there with their Russia shirt on. Their CCCP, that's Russia. They were letting you know that. So my question is, they're on American soil wearing Russian clothing. That was a power move. That wasn't that was a statement. That was a statement. Then they went into the meeting. And people who know how to handle business, they don't yell at you like that. They had probably told Trump some stuff. Oh man, they probably talked about him, like a dog. And when he came out, he looked like he was about to cry. But you got control over everybody. See, that's why you shouldn't go to Mar-a-Lago to reason with him. That's why leaders shouldn't come here to try to reason with him. Because you know why? Because he got this, that TV persona that he never left. Is still in the White House. It's in the White House. And y'all, when y'all run down there and sit up there and beg him, Putin didn't beg. Putin didn't beg. In fact, you know, Spotlight Trump didn't even take questions. He just got up and left. So he had to go cry. Because that meeting with them wasn't about meeting for Zelensky, because if it was, Zelensky would have been there. Now, that meeting was directly towards Trump. It was talking about Trump. It was all about Trump. So now, you know, you see how it played out. You see how it did. So, but y'all sitting up here saying, well, Trump is this. Have you noticed something now? This is this is August going into September. We ain't got that far for this year. See, the MAGA brand, they got what they want. Them folks, see, they got criminals. We got a president that's a criminal, that's hiring TV personalities, criminals and all of that stuff. Everybody, not people that's qualified, loyalists that's going to be in there. But you know what? You can't, there's no honor among thieves. You know, I was hearing when black folks were saying, well, Kamala didn't have Kamala. I used to call her Kamala. But Kamala didn't have a plan. She didn't have policy. She didn't know that. Well, let's see now. Trump don't have no policy. He never told you what he was going to do except for mass deportation and how beautiful things were and stuff and how y'all going to love it. Well, you know, they called Joe Biden Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe was asleep at the wheel, but I don't think Putin would have came to Sleepy Joe like that, because Sleepy Joe had chips in no game. Well, I didn't see Putin come to Obama like that, because Obama had chips and he definitely had chips in no game. Kamala didn't. He wouldn't have went to her like that, because Kamala has chips in no game. Ain't that something? The same folks, he didn't go, let's even go further. He ain't messed around with Bush. Bush didn't have, he had chips in no game. But you notice something, that this is right here, and this is where MAGA, black, and all these MAGA folks is saying, see, you know what? It's easy to say somebody is not doing a job, that they slow. Oh, everybody that he's picking is smart. They're good and they great. He using great words with them, and then he using negative words with everybody else. But I don't remember. What's gonna really get it is when next year, when that big beautiful bill come out, and we so much in debt that our dollar doesn't mean anything. It's to crash the economy. It's going to crash it so bad. Everybody's saying it's a recession. It's going to go into a depression. Because people, we don't think when we sign them, you know, like, you know, the Hispanics got car loans. They went and got bank loans. They went and got mortgages. They went and got credit cards. They went and got everything that they needed to do. Now, some of them probably still paying them credit cards and you know, because credit cards are universal. But that who you know gonna go to Mexico, some place they don't know, to get a car, to get a truck or a car. If you notice, I was noticing that these people, I guess they was undocumented. They lived in this house. They was working on their house and working and stuff, and then they left. They just left. So Back to that gangster move. That was a statement in itself. Then he talked about how Alaska used to be Russia. Yeah, it used to be Russia, and they had all these minerals and all of that and stuff and all of that. See, you know, Trump is so, he's not looking out for you, but he's so into whatever the image is that he might try to sell Alaska. I know he gonna get rid of Puerto Rico. Why would he want to take care of a brown country? You brown folks, we got enough. Get rid of it. Puerto Rico is a territory, not a country. I'm sorry. It makes a lot of sense. So, right now, Trump is somewhere with his feelings hurt. He know now, y'all know now, in case you MAGAs worried, he didn't show folks that he ain't that big bully that he talks about. See, I'm going to tell you something. It's easy for you know, a lot of folks talk crazy on the internet and social media. They talk so crazy now they want to talk all this. And I hear so many folks say my name and tell me, one man told me he was going to call immigration on me because of my last name. He going to call immigration. You do this, sir. You do that. You do that. Because I got some folks in IT that's petted and I don't know what, baby. You do that. You do it. I got, you know, it's like, even now, folks say, well, you know, like now, driving down the street, this woman, she's trying to get around me, trying to, you know, I'm finna not mess up my driving record. She get in front of me, get on the side of me, throwing her hand like that, and get on this side, she throwing her hand like that, and white woman, I called her so many names and laughed what I did and threw my hand up, and if she would have hit my 20-year-old car, I would have treated like I just got a new car. I would have knocked her out. I promise I wouldn't have been sitting up there doing this and saying, why you doing this? Oh, no, There's plenty enough drama in here to go around. You know, they're getting out their car now. They feel like they can tell you to go back to another country. But see, they selling wolf tickets. Just like they fearless leader is selling wolf tickets. Now, some of you blacks don't say, oh, that was a business move. Yeah, he ain't doing that. I bet you ain't going to hear him talk about Ukraine, Putin, or nobody else for a minute. Yeah, for a minute. See, it's a lot of people they say they didn't sign up for this. But what do you expect? He was about to go to jail. That was his destiny. He was about to go to jail. He would have been the first president. Well, he's already made history in so many ways, but he would have been the first United States president that went to jail. Other countries do it. When they president go left field, they oust them. They have a trial for them. They sentence them to jail. But now America likes to keep the white criminal. The white criminal. Giving case in point. I know an attorney that was sanctioned. But yet, white folks are trying to, the white judge, they trying to protect them. They doing everything they can to protect the white judge. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're doing everything they can. So, you know, the only thing I can say is that, you know, I guess Putin is the man now. He got juice. He got juice. He got chips in no game. He ain't finna come to Trump and let him. That's why you notice something. He didn't meet at all the leaders that have come to this country. Have you noticed he didn't meet at he didn't meet at the White House. He met in Alaska. That wasn't even a 30-minute trip. A 30-minute flight. He didn't come here to talk about no kind of ceasefire. He came here to put Trump in his place and leave. He came here to put Trump in his place and go. That's all he did. Now, you can continue to believe that what Trump doing is a power move, but it ain't. That's a coward bending down the knee. And we need to stop. We are not like that. America has always been for democracy. I remember y'all, wait a minute now, y'all fought the Gulf War for democracy. Wait a minute now, you fought other countries for democracy. You know, we got involved with World War II because of, mistreatment and cruelty. Make no mistakes now. America used to be we don't play that. That's how we were. All these jobs and stuff that y'all talking about that's going to come, it ain't going to come. But see, this is the reason why they shouldn't have took civics out of class, because you would have, if they had civics and some of y'all would have taken the class, you would have known that what he was saying, all the stuff he's saying was impossible. Many of us that's talking right now has taken a civics class. We have taken an economic class. We have taken American history class. We have taken a class that involves America. That's how we all know. That's how we all know. And if you didn't take the class, common sense should kick in. If somebody sell you a box and tell you that it's a diamond ring in the box and you ain't seen the item, but they want $1,000, but you say, okay, common sense will tell you, ask to see the ring, go get the ring appraised. But y'all didn't. Y'all just saw a box and then you open it up and it ain't nothing but junk. So, with that being said, we got to give Putin chips and no game. Because that's what he came. He came with chips and no game. He went off on Trump. Trump got upset. You can see he was visibly upset. And that was it. He told Trump, don't you F around and find out. But we got to stop believing. Right now, it is time for us to get gangsta ghetto. It is. Stop being nice. Stop sitting up here saying, oh my goodness, I don't want to offend somebody. It's time to offend somebody. We're in a crisis. And I want to first, before I end this, I want to thank them Texas Democrats. Woo! Texas ain't playing. I want to thank y'all. Y'all red stating, y'all fighting for democracy. I wish Tennessee would get up off their ass and start doing it and stop acting like, you know what. But see, right now we still have those slave mentality blacks that's not thinking about the long term. They thinking about what's in it for them. What's in it for them. You know, it's okay for you to think about what's in it for you after this crisis. But right now, we need all hands on deck. We need all hands on deck. Mothers, fathers, start asking your friends, have they voted? Start, if they haven't, even if they're a felony, talk about the freedom. Talk about the criminal justice system. Talk about stuff that you know that is going on. Even if they can't vote, they can spread the word. Spread the word. You know that, if you're just like school, if you can't be a smarty, go to school and listen. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll learn something. But right now, we need all hands on deck. We need to start looking at these candidates that's sitting up here that want to run through back as a Democrat. You ain't never heard from them. You ain't never go ask them what's their agenda. Or better yet, the ones that are associated with the MAGA and the Republican Party, question their agenda. Don't just vote for them because of you know them, they black. Come on now. Because this ain't about a black thing. This is not a brown thing. This is about a democracy. And it's time we stop sitting here saying it's somebody else's job. No, it's your job. It's yours now. Whether you have kids or not, whether you have a home or not, whether you have a business or not. Stop looking at your situation and saying as long as it ain't touching you, you okay. I like to do preventive work because I don't want it to come to my house. I don't want it to affect my living or my mental status. I can tell you right now, ain't nothing worse than have to get out of a home you've been in for 20, 30 years. Not because you sold it. It's time for exposure. It's time for us to stop thinking that everybody, there are Republicans that are MAGA, there are Democrats that are MAGA. And you can't say, I don't want to vote for the Democratic Party. I don't give a care about the Democratic Party. But I do care about democracy. You ain't got to love the gay community. It's okay. You ain't got to be part of the gay community. It's okay. But I don't fight because I hate the gay community. I fight because our democracy of everything is online right now. And this is the last class, the last assignment that we're going to ever get in our lifetime. Either we're going to pass as a whole or fail as a whole. Which one you going to do?